This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce from the Free America Radio Network. Prepare yourself for the unexpected. Have an emergency food supply available when you need it. You never know when the next power outage or natural disaster will happen. Are you prepared when it does? Go to Free America Radio Network website and click on the Store tab and get your emergency food supply now. Go to freeamericaradio.us. A natural disaster could happen at any time. Be prepared. Go to freeamericaradio.us and click on the Store tab to get your emergency food supply today. That's freeamericaradio.us and click on the Store tab and prepare in case something happens. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network. Hey, you folks, how you doing? Yes, this is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast for the 25th of August. It's already August already. August is almost over. What is going on? Here we are, looking at our world and wondering, when are the fires going to start? When is everything going to be so interrupted and so torn apart that we're not going to be able to put it back together again? I often wonder sometimes where the sanity of these leaders of this world, of various countries, where's their sanity? Whatever happened to their good heart? You know, people deserve to be treated right, treated with liberty, given liberty and given freedoms. I don't care where you're at. But when you have a group of people who just want to suppress you and hold you down and do everything they can to stop you from achieving or being exceptional, yeah, then you got a problem. You got a problem because the powers that be that run the governments don't want you to think. They don't want you to have the best. In other words, they don't want you to have what they have. There's life extension technology. There's a whole bunch of things that are happening in that regard. There are several issues that are being brought to the table of the global leaders. And you and I aren't invited to the party, folks. You and I have to sit outside and get second, third, fourth-hand news from what is happening. We're not invited to the buffet, folks. They throw us the scraps of food. You know, the ball game can be played one way and one way only, with the rules being understood by all and followed by all. But they don't want that. They don't want that. They can care less. I don't know too many leaders personally, but watching how they command respect tells me one thing. They're insane. They're completely and utterly insane. I don't know what else to tell you. I just know that we need to do something. We need to do something now. We need to do something now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not an hour from now. We need to do it now. If you're in the big cities, get out. Find an exit. Make an exit plan. Find a place to go outside of the city. Do your own reconnaissance. Understand what's going on. Even if you live in townships. I mean, there's some up there in the Midwest, some up there in the East Coast. You've got a fighting chance if you've got more room to move. And if you live in the big cities like Detroit, New York City, San Francisco, LA, get out. Find a plan, make an exit plan, find a place outside of the city that you can go, and go. Not right now, but reconnaissance is a big, important piece of that. You need to find out what's happening in your city. You need to find out what your leaders are doing. You need to put two and two together. And if you're unable to do that, I don't know what you're going to do. Stop listening to the propaganda that's on your state-run media, whether it's on the radio, whether it's on TV, it doesn't matter. CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, whatever, MSNBC, they're all lying to you, every single last one of them. They're questioning certain things, yes, but they're not giving you the right answers that you need to be able to survive. And I know all too well, looking back on history, what it took for people to do all that. And yes, it's a task. Yes, it is a job. But you know what? It's a well worthwhile job, and it pays off in the end when you and your family can survive. If you live in little towns around the country, not the big cities like San Antonio or New York City or Miami, Florida, or, any number of those states, cities, you've got a fighting chance. But still, you have to understand that after they get done with the cities and enslaving everyone in the cities, they're coming after you. And guess what? They already know this. That is why they are using Agenda 21, Sustainable Development, and certain policies and plans within that to move all these people from out in the countryside into the city, into macro apartments. Micro apartments are already being built anywhere between 250 to 300 square foot. They're small. About the size of a 25-foot U-Haul truck, a little bit wider than that. You can go check it out, micro apartments. Go look it up, startpage.com. You're going to see where you're going to be living if they catch you, if they put you in one of these things, and they're going to enslave you. I've already seen the architects and the designer, what is it? The artist rendition, that's the words I'm looking for. The artist renditions of these tall skyscrapers with these mini apartments in it. Many apartments anywhere between 250 to 425 square feet. Go look at these. They're in San Francisco, they're in New York City, they're in Chicago. I wouldn't even doubt that they're even in Detroit, Michigan. You have to understand one very important factor, folks. They don't give one rip about you and your freedoms. They don't. They can care less. Because all they care about is more. More. Control. They didn't learn anything from the slavery days. They didn't learn anything about what happens when you suppress people. It's a freaking powder keg ready to go off. And the more they push, the bigger the bang. You people are at a point in your history, as well as I am, and I'm right there with you, that you have the opportunity to change things immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, right now. You have the opportunity to change things. You know exactly what is in your city. You know exactly what's going on. You're on the streets most of the time. You can go talk to people as much as I can too. And don't be too surprised. Don't be too surprised if you are approached by a DHS law enforcement officer asking you why you are asking so many questions. Because they got you tracked. They got your phone hacked. Everything. They know what you're doing. So if anything else, folks, or I should say, let me put it this way, if nothing else, you need to be as cunning as a cat, but as tenacious as a pit bull. You need to push your way through all of this and look at the other side, get to the other side and say, you know what? It was worth it. That's the ultimate goal. What's worth it? Oh, it's real simple. Peace, freedom, and security for this country, for everyone involved. Not just you and your family, but everyone. Peace, freedom, and security. You know damn well the government's not going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. It's difficult to understand. I know. It's difficult to wrap your mind around that our country, our government, not the country, but our government, Washington, D.C., wants to enslave us. That is a very, very difficult thing to wrap your mind around. But it's true. It's true. 3 things I'd like you to take a look at. Go to startpage.com, punch into search engine, Agenda 21, Sustainable Development. Look at the PDF extension. Next thing you need to be looking at, I hope that you can find it, as I did. Look under TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership. Check that out. Also, check out the United Nations Small Arms Trade Treaty. Check that out. You tell me how much they don't want to enslave you. I'll be back right after this. This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce from The Views Expressed. Please come join me on The Views Expressed Live, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com. This is Wayne S. Pierce from the Free America Radio Network, and we are looking for sponsors. If you want to sponsor any of the shows on the Free America Radio Network, email us at freeamericaradio@usa.com. Our website is freeamericaradio.us.
Sharing the truth one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network.
Hey, folks, this is the Wayne S. Pierce Show, 25th of August, 2014. How are you today? Are you doing good? Hopefully. It's Monday. It's going to be a little while, a little short, abbreviated show, not long. I have some personal issues I have to deal with, and that is why the Views Expressed Live is not on today. Thought I'd take a little time out from my personal issues and record this mini podcast, let you know I'm still alive, everything's okay, just some personal issues I got to deal with, not a big deal, okay, just got to take care of them, and that's the thing, you got to take care of your family, you got to take care of your friends, you're not your brother's keeper, at least that's what I heard, but when it comes down to it, family is family. Nothing's wrong with my family, but I just had some personal issues to deal with. Had to take a little time off. Not a big deal. So many things are happening. So many things are going on around the planet that I don't know where to begin. We have this thing in Ferguson, Missouri. Racists. That's what Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are. Nothing but racists. They're race baiters, and people there do not want them there. I'm going to say this, that if Michael Brown, who was laid to rest today, was the aggressor, then the cop has every right to defend himself. If the cop was the aggressor, then this is a criminal matter, and we should wait till all the evidence comes out to see what happens. If they indict this man, there's going to be riots like you would not believe. Now, that might sound strange. Well, if they indict him, they'll send him to prison. Why would there be riots? If there's not, then I stand corrected. But if they exonerate this man and say that he defended himself because Michael Brown was the aggressor, as I said before, you're going to see riots. That I'm sure of. But as far as I can tell, from all the video evidence that is there, that I'm sure that the police have gathered up, well, not the police, how about the Department of Homeland Security, who's going to confiscate all those videos and edit them to make it look like the cop was the aggressor. I'm going to say this, I'm going to say it once. If a person decides that they want to commit a crime, that they want to do something, that they want to commit an act of violence, my question is this: why? Why would you want to commit an act of violence? Why would you want to do something that you know is against the law? 3 words. You don't, 4 words. You do not care. It basically boils down to ego. That's what it boils down to. Arrogance, narcissism, fear, impatience, lack of understanding of the situation, lack of the ability or the capability, let's say, of having a positive self-image. And so you go out and commit a crime. Why? Because you want to feel special. You want to feel good about something. You don't give a crap about the laws. Why would you? On the opposite side of that scale, you have somebody that abides by the law, makes sure that everything is right, makes sure he stops at the stop sign, makes sure he travels at the speed limit. But he also knows that there are dregs of society out there that would do anything to stop him from having a free life, a liberated life, a secure life. So that person does what they have to do. Generally, if you talk to the police officers in your local area, you will find that they are very, very good-hearted, soulful beings, would give their shirt off their back to you, but they also know that in the line of duty, there might be a time when they have to defend themselves from an aggressor. And they do. Chances are, about 90% of the time, in the many years that they've been on the police force, they probably never have even unholstered their gun to shoot someone. And if you ask them about it, they'll say they hope they probably won't have to. But they're ready to if they need to. Point being, folks, is when you're out and about and you get accosted by someone, what is your first sense of the thing you need to do? Push them away. Defend yourself. Is that right? Everything that has come out about this situation in Ferguson, Missouri has shown me, literally, I don't know about you, but it's shown me that the aggressor was not the police officer. And the police officer had to take matters in his own hands. As I said before on a previous broadcast, if it was a Mexican cop shooting an Asian, nobody would care. If it was a black cop shooting a Mexican, no one would care, or the other way around. But it's a white cop who shot a black teenager. Everybody loses their freaking minds. Why? Because we haven't got over this one aberration that we have called racism. Oh, I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, or American Indian. It does not matter. We haven't gotten over this pathetic mindset. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. And we personified that mindset and broke it down to two very separate arenas. White and black. Even if it was a white cop and an Asian teenager, there'd be upsets, there'd be people pissed off in investigations, but Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson wouldn't show up, and the city would have not had the riots that it has. Wouldn't have mattered. But we have a black-white issue, and it is racist, and it is stupid. It is stupid. And let me say it one more time. It is stupid. There is more black-on-black crime in this nation per capita, if you look at the statistics, than there is white-on-black crime. So get your heads out of your asses and start looking this information up, because you'll be surprised by the numbers that you see. I'm not racist, prejudiced, or anything else, because I have friends of every race, creed, and religion that you can think of, and we can sit down and discuss these matters very calmly and very, very friendly. Problem that people have is the fact that there are people who believe that they are entitled to things because they deserve them. To me, that is the highest level of arrogance and conceit that you can even imagine. So when one person in a group is, if one person in the group finds themselves in a place that they feel is unsafe, but their idea is, I'm going to get what I want, then it only results in a violent reaction. Even in the middle of that thought, you are not able to get out of that thought to rationally think about why you are there. My heart and my prayers and my positive thoughts go out to the family members of that young teenage boy that died in that tragedy. My thoughts and prayers and hopes go also to the family of that police officer that had to defend themselves. Again, if he had to, he had to. All the evidence said he had to. So it doesn't matter if it was a Native American or an Asian or a black or a white or a Mexican. It doesn't matter. It's a tragedy that should not have happened. Yes, I agree. But it all is the result of a racist mind, not on the cop's point of view or perspective, but on the people looking at the situation. It goes to show that no matter what the situation is, people are always going to find some little piece to start jabbing away and dividing that whole situation into what they want, because that's what they want. Hence, the new Black Panther Party coming into the arena and dividing everyone. And by the way, you go to Guerrilla Media Network, GMN.is, you look for the interview with Malik Shabazz by Pete Santilli. You listen to that, and you listen to the arrogance and to the stupidity of Malik Shabazz of the new Black Panther Party. He is the dumbest thing walking on the face of this planet, and I'll say it right to his face. And I'm angry only because of the fact that we have people who are racist, who are in the quote-unquote business to divide and conquer, and it pisses me off. Why? Because why can't humanity come together and help one another out? And even if you are lesser than the other person, why can't you help them out? They deserve peace, freedom, and security just as much as you do. There is a division in this country, and the line of that division is called racism. We have not gotten over it. We have never wanted to get over it. And I and a few million other people are sick and tired of racism. Tired of it. You don't think I've encountered it when I was a young kid? Oh, believe me, I did. Growing up in Stockton, California. White middle-class family with a father who was a truck driver, and my mother worked at a candy store for over 20 years and also worked in the Stockton Unified School District for over 15. I know racism. I hung around my Mexican friends and my black friends, and I saw how people were treating them, and guess what? It was stupid then, and it's stupid now. And it's got to end. Take to heart. Take to heart what you believe is right. And do what you believe is right in your own life, because the only thing that is true are the things that are true for you in the way that you see them. You have to decide where to go from here. That's entirely up to you. This is Wayne S. Pierce for the Free America Radio Network on the 25th of August 2014. Come join me tomorrow on the Views Express live at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Free America Radio Network, freeamericaradio.us, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Free America Radio at USA.com, Free America Radio at USA.com if you want to email me. Talk to you later.